Mikey. What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? It's your boy G, the #1 Cowboy fan, Hampton in the house. And here we are once again with What's Up Wednesday, Cowboy Huddle. And either Mikey got a good way of posing or he's frozen. One or the other. So, but he's cool in the mug. I mean, if you see him, he's cool in the mug. Well, anyway, so let's get right on to this introduction, man. Here we are, man, on Wednesday night doing our thing. I guess he'll be right back. But hey, man, here we are. What's up Wednesday, the Cowboy Huddle, man, where we come together, talk about the Cowboys, and just chop it up a little bit. And here I am with some heavy hitters today. Right next to me is Dallas Cowboy Chris, a.k.a. the big fella is in the house.
What up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. He's in the house. And right below us is the one and only, allow me to butt in sports. Yeah. What's going on, fellas? How we doing today on this Wednesday, man? We getting closer and closer, man.
Man, you know what I'm doing. I'm living the life of the 300-pound club. You know, man, I'm excited. Another What's Up Wednesday, another week closer to training camp. It's lots to talk about, man. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, wait a minute. Before I do anything else, I gotta get this in here. There he is, the one and only from the AZ. Mikey Mic'd Up is in the house. Give it up.
Mikey.
Hola.
Big ball of energy.
Hey, I'm happy to see you guys. I missed you a week ago.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of chirping. Got me going off the wall a little bit. Got me excited.
No,
Because
you
you can
don't
smell it.
You don't go
Can
off
you
the
smell it? Eight more weeks. You could smell it. Can you smell it?
53 days,
Football
baby.
season is coming, baby. How you
Let's
guys
get it.
doing? I'm beautiful and blessed.
That's what's up, man. Here we are, man. We getting closer, and we're less than 2 weeks from training camp, fellas. So
2 weeks to the day, baby.
Things are
2
happening.
weeks to the day.
Things are happening, man. Things are taking place, man, and it just seems, man, this thing rolled around a lot faster than before. I don't know, Mike. What you think, Mike? I mean, that's crazy.
I say it's one of the blessed, most tragic things ever. Because as we get older, time flies, right? Not during your shift. Not during your shift. You know, the 10 hours seem like 12 hours. But right when, you know, it's been our life cycle for 30 years, I guess. So
Yeah.
it's next year. So we go around with that mindset, well, we can't wait to the next football season. The
Right.
football season gets here. We're a little slower. We're a little heavier. We're a little grayer. And these years pile on us. But we are blessed with having our joy, our hobby, so to speak. Every other sport's a filler until football. And that's the bottom line, and that's the way life is. So
Yeah.
it's here, and let's be blessed. And thank God we got here.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Ro? I mean, how you feel the same way, brother? What you think? I mean, we are getting older and probably a little wider and
It took everything in me not to say, and because Stone Cold said so after he said that. It took everything in me not to say that. But
You're supposed to say it, Rue. You're supposed to say it.
It took everything in me to hold that back. I was like, Stone Cold said so. But anyway,
Yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, yeah, man. It's the time definitely does fly by really quickly. I fortunately get to enjoy most of what I get to do during the day, but it's you know, it goes by fast, and before you know it, it's gonna be, you know, these 8 weeks ain't nothing. Like 8 weeks fly by, you blink and it's over. What's really cool is 2 weeks from now, you really get to get a good look at this team that we haven't gotten to look at in a minute. I mean, 2 weeks to the day, July 26th, 2 Wednesdays from now, not next Wednesday, the following Wednesday. Finally get to see these boys on the field. I wish them all health. That's really the biggest thing for me. Just stay healthy.
Stay healthy. Yeah,
all
stay
of you,
healthy.
please.
Yeah,
And that goes for every team, man. I hate injuries. I don't care who it is. I don't care who goes down or whatever. I never like seeing a player get hurt. So I just 2 weeks from now, I wish them all safety and health, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Facts, man. Being one that witnessed son to go through injury, man. You know, I have a whole different outlook on how that plays out, man. Because it's an uphill climb, man. You take it to heart when you know someone that went through it. So when you see an injured person, it's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? You know. There you. Who you got there? Like Ed Too Tall?
Travis Frederick.
Oh, that's Travis Frederick. Ooh, man, that's a legend. A legend. So hey, man.
Just think about the dynamic of our team if we still had the guy, and an illness took him from us and his brilliance. I'm just saying. And it was the story broke right before training camp, right?
Yeah.
He was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, so I think it was appropriate to think about it like that.
Facts. And you know what, man? I was just watching the 2016 game when we played the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, and we had Leary, we had Fredericks, we had Zach, we had Tyron, we still had Doug Free at the time. But man, that line was a beast. That line was a beast with Travis out there, man. So yeah, he's definitely he's a legend. He's definitely going to be missed, man. He has been missed. So Dallas Cowboy Chris, you got him all taken care of on that side over there, brother.
Oh man, I'm getting them all hyped up, man. I'm getting them hyped up for the show.
Tell them to get their questions together because the last 15 minutes we're gonna definitely take some questions, man.
I was definitely doing that, man. But
Okay,
I
that's
was
what's
listening.
up.
I was listening to what y'all were saying too, man.
That's
But
what's up.
go ahead.
And just so you know, Chris shares this on his Facebook Live. Before I got on, I shared it to at least 10 clubs, from hitters to borrachos, 24/7, 520 boys. I'll say
man.
Star 88s. All of these, all of the groups. If I didn't mention you, I apologize. But if you're tuning in, like and subscribe, give you a shout out, be a part of the show. Find it on YouTube, not just your feed on Facebook.
That's so true,
right, man. We trying to do our best, man, to put it out there, man, because it's a lot of Dallas Cowboy content creators, man, and which all of them, man, are excellent. They do everything that's different from we do. We're more of a barbershop talk. We'll get into some X's and O's, but we like to entertain you. We want to get into some real things and talk about some real stuff that you would do in the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes me and Gia go at it a little bit, but that's all love because we family.
That's right. We can do that.
Okay? So, now somebody stepped to my board the wrong way. It may be some problems with the 300-pounder. Okay. So it's like this. Everybody on this panel is like my brother. So, man, I enjoy Wednesday nights, man, getting together and talking.
Yeah.
Cowboy.
Hey, big fella.
Yo.
Are you because you got those uncle whoop your ass glasses on. I swear to God, those aviators. Only uncles that have glasses like that are like Cleo McDowell. Say another thing about Lisa, and I'll stick my foot up your royal ass. You have the uncle, I'll whoop your ass glasses, and they look great on you, bro.
Sometimes people need their ass whooped, Mike. But I'm not going to looking to whoop nobody ass. But I'm just saying,
just in case.
Just in case, because the big fella is all about peace and love. I'm more like Dude Love. I'm peace and love, but Dude Love was getting that ass too.
Already.
So
true.
Hey, don't
turn into Cactus Jack.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. The big fella all about love. You know what I'm saying?
We friendly, but we ain't that friendly, huh? Hey, this is the Cowboy Huddle. We ain't that friendly.
Hey, the worst thing you can ever call a guy from Texas is friendly.
Yeah, he's friendly. Friendly. Hey, tell me what friendly look like down in Texas. Real. But, hey, let's get on into this, man. I got to give a big shout out to the social media groups out there. Well, not even the social groups that's out there that actually plays our our content in their group. So we're going to start off with the Dallas Cowboys on deck. Give them a big shout out to them. Also, Cowboys Fan 365, We Them Boys, and the Dallas Cowboys Insider. So we thank y'all for playing our content in your group. So give it up for these groups. And one thing about these groups, if you're not a part of these groups, these guys, they're big time fanatics of the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm a part of the group as well. So I strongly suggest that you reach out to these groups and be a part of these groups because, I mean, they're just like they're diehard. So also, with that being said, we want to say thank you to all our subscribers and all those that follow this channel, because without you, we wouldn't be where we are. So big up to you as well. So, fellas, no more talk. Let's get right into this. And I know y'all already know, and y'all probably heard about it, but oh my gosh, Jerry Jones. Major sparks, major controversy. This is brought to you by Total Pro Sports. They report that Jerry Jones sparks major controversy after gifting Super Bowl ring to a high-ranking individual. Now,
who would that high-ranking individual be?
Well, I'm glad you asked. According to Pro Football Talk, a recent New York Times article regarding the entry of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas into the circles of the rich and powerful states, that Thomas received a Super Bowl ring from Jerry Jones. Watch this. Rue, what do you think about that, Rue?
Go ahead, Rue.
Rue, you know where Thomas is, Rue?
Bro. Go ahead, bro.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. I've heard y'all bring this dude up like a few times, and I know he's in Washington, but I don't know shit about this dude, man. Like I can't tell you. I really
Supreme
can't.
Court. Let me just say he's part of the Supreme Court. Damn.
I mean, bro, Jerry got that oil money, and I'm sure he's got more than one. You know, like, at the end of the day, you know, I'm sure he's trying to get a bill passed or something to do. I mean, you know, like this is how it works for them. You think them dudes ain't in somebody's pocket? I mean, just look at their records. Forget it. Supreme Court's hadn't been clean, and I ain't trying to get into the politics.
I'm ready, G, if you want me.
What do you think, Dallas Cowboy Chris?
Wait a minute. You mean you talking about you gave a Super Bowl ring to the only black man in America that don't believe in affirmative action? You mean him? That's the one you're talking about? You actually gave a Super Bowl ring to? Did Jerry Jones not know that 70% of his team is African Americans? A lot of times that they succeeded is because of affirmative action, okay? But you get the one person in the world on the Supreme Court, I don't care if he's Republican or Democrat, you give it to the worst. I hate using this word, but it start with Tom and end with Uncle. Okay, a Super Bowl ring. Super Bowl ring. Why? I don't even. You know, I love when we have Cowboy fans. I want them to be a Cowboy fan. If you ain't never, please join this bandwagon. That's the one person I'm like, I'm ashamed that he is a Cowboy fan, or he may not be. Like Rue say, hey man, he may be doing some things for business purposes and everything like that. You know, he do go on these elaborate trips that these people be giving him and he don't report to him, you know, but that is what it is, man. Dude, it's just that one person. I'm like, and why he got to be us? And G know what I mean by us, that he is just the worst person in the freaking world. I'm trying not to cuss because I'm on Facebook and maybe some kids watching. It just drives me absolutely batty.
That's funny. That's so funny. Oh well, hey Mikey, what you think about that, man? I mean,
well, let me preface. All right, this is above my pay grade. This is above my race grade. So I'm not gonna go. But we all scratch each other's back. You know, some of us think we got the hookup because we know a bail bondsman. He's greasing a Supreme Court judge. He is African American, mind you, and you have your issues with them. So that's something I'll still clear of because I'm not educated enough to get into that. I'm going for Mexico today, so but it's I don't know the details of the story. I need to be enlightened. Of did he give you the Super Bowl ring the last time we won them? And that's when Clarence Thomas was really inaugurated, or what would be the proper word? He was put in order. Was in the mid '90s, and it was a big deal for him being an African American judge, male at the time.
Right.
And
It was.
you know his views and all of that going
Yeah.
forward. But it's not like what happened with the New England
Kraft.
Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, losing losing his ring to Vladimir Putin, a man that's waging war that could be, a nail in our thorn, down the line. I don't want to make this into a political show or anything. So, the
Preach.
optics are bad, but that is not that bad.
Wow.
Oh, hilarious, man. I mean, yeah, you're so right about that, bro. And like I say, Jerry, personally, I look at it as a favor. Hey, Clarence, and Clarence Thomas definitely sure getting he getting taken care of by some big names here lately, man. Boat rides, yachts, and trips and Super Bowl ring. We need to talk to Clarence Thomas and see what's really going on.
Hmm.
He
Oh
knows
my
what's going on in that white party that they had that everybody's all having controversy about. I don't know shit about that. But maybe he has pictures of that. Maybe.
Oh
Maybe.
wow, so true, man. So
Whatever.
hopefully
Hey, I
we
just,
don't
I
know.
just want to bring one thing up since we brought this up in terms of a subject. I just want to bring one thing up. Y'all remember that list that was floating around not too long ago when it seemed like every NFL player was getting in trouble, and then they put out this list of all these crimes that all these people were doing. Just outlandish things that you wouldn't expect to see on this list. And when it got to the bottom of the list, it was kind of insinuating that it might be these NFL players, and then it lets you know it was like everybody on the Supreme Court. Everybody that committed those crimes was running the show, and it was just like
Right.
y'all trying
It's
to
all
act like these
connected,
athletes
bro.
are out here doing all this mess.
It's all
Y'all want to
connected,
keep your own
bro.
damn nose clean. You worry
It's
about
the
yourself.
Yeah, it's the American way, brother. That's just what it is. So, but let's move on, man. Hey, and I know you guys saw the topic, basically, how will Mike McCarthy protect Dak?
Hmm.
And we talked about this. So basically, what has been told, and this is brought to us by Cowboy Mavin on Fan Nation. So they're reporting that basically it's being told by a former player of Green Bay, which is his name is James Jones. And Green Bay Packers receiver James Jones thinks he knows exactly what he will do down this season. Well, not it's pronounced, but what he would do throughout the season. So basically, said this is from the words of James Jones. I think we all remember James Jones. He played, I think, 8 seasons with Mike McCarthy. So somebody asked him how would they protect Mike McCarthy, protect Dak Prescott. So this is what he said. Quote: He said, if Dak is struggling, maybe going through a slump to where he's turning the football over, you know what we're going to do? We aren't going to take these shots down the field. We're getting the ball out of your hands faster, quicker decision, Jones said on FS1 Speak. I'm going to protect you in a way I called the play. Kellen Moore did not protect Dak Prescott when Dak Prescott was struggling. So he also said that Coach Mike would help him calling the plays, and you will see a much better Dak Prescott this season. So with that being said, starting with you, Mikey, what do you think about that, brother?
Oh, it's funny how that show Speak has been making their rounds and talking about them Cowboys. Maybe that's
Always.
foreshadowing to what we're going to talk about later. James Jones, don't forget, led the NFL in yards in 2012
Go ahead.
with Mike McCarthy. 2012. So he knows his coach. He won a Super Bowl with his coach. It's really talking in obvious terms. Of course, You want to get the ball quicker out of your quarterback's hands. You wouldn't put your quarterback in more risk, especially if he's struggling. And that sounds like common sense. It sounds like common sense to all of us. It was common sense when we saw it last year.
Yeah.
That's going to be the big change, is using common sense when things when there's when the boat is filling up with water. We're just going to get that bucket and get that water out,
Yeah.
opposed to not letting it flood. And I think this is just another shot at Kellen Moore for not being able, to troubleshoot when Dak was
Yeah.
sinking, so to speak, pun intended, and not getting the water out of Dak's boat when he was sinking, and simplifying. It sounds like common sense, and that's where our frustration came from, Cowboy fans like us. And I hope for the Cowboy fans listening, they could understand. They could put the numbers on Kellen Moore leading the league for the last 5 years, especially the last 2 years. He was a part of the 24 wins, and we were second or first in offense. But when it wasn't going right and it wasn't clicking, he dug us in a deeper hole that we
Yeah.
couldn't get out of. And
Right.
there was simple remedies to that. Mike McCarthy, as far as coaching, ain't unblemished. Remember,
Right.
this guy when he has fake punts in our own side, and that was the COVID season. But he learned from that, and
Right.
we always wanted Callan to learn from that. So he knows Mike McCarthy, and I think he has a sense of what they're gonna do forward using common sense.
Facts. I agree with you. We got Cowboy Kona in the house, another legend content creator as well. Uh, big ups to him as well. So, what's up, Cowboy Kona? Good to see you, brother. We got to
He
get
loves Dak.
yeah.
Love Dak.
I loves that guy.
Yeah. So facts. So, Ru, what do you think about this? Protecting Dak coming from James Jones. How do you feel about that? I mean, what do you think?
I mean, James Jones has the experience with Mike McCarthy. There's no question about that. And I mean, obviously, what he's saying, like Mikey's telling us, is it's pretty rudimentary in terms of what we can expect, right? And honestly, I kind of disagree with him. I feel like this offense is going to be put in a better position this season because,
Yes.
as much as the numbers would tell you, Kellen Moore was this guru in terms of what he did for our offense. A lot of these routes were the same. A lot of these routes we saw coming before the play even started. I don't know how many times I've heard Chris talking about how you could tell what the play was going to be before it even happened. And it's just like, if I know, they know. And there's no question about that. I say all that to say this. I don't really have an opinion on what he said, just because it's like, he got what he got to say, great. But what I think is going to happen with Mike McCarthy and what's going to happen with this offense and how we're going to run it all,
Right.
you're going to be talking about balance. You're going to be talking about a system, because he told us himself, we're going to be running the ball, we're going to be working the ground game. But I expect to see explosiveness out of this offense, because they have done nothing but add speed to the outside. They've added speed all over the field. Speed is going to be what this team is revolved around. It's not going to be pounding the rock with Zeke anymore. He's gone. It's going to be a speed-orientated offense that I feel like, you're going to have that quick game slants. You're going to have that quick game, quick, get it out of your hands, get warmed up, this, that, and the third, run the rock, quick out of your hands, run the rock, quick out of your hands. But expect to see Cooks taking off downfield. Expect to see these young receivers that they've brought in, that are running these 4.2, 4.3 40s, to be streaking down this field uncovered, because they're worried about Cooks and Lamb on the outside or wherever they're going to be lined up. But it's going to be a simpler offense. It's so complicated for us, where it was like we were struggling, but the defense knew exactly what we were doing. It's got to get turned on its head. It's got to become balanced. It's got to become dynamic. It's got to become simplified for us to work off the momentum that we get. And obviously you're playing chess on that field every time you go out there.
That's correct. I agree. I totally agree. Chris, Where you at, brother?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
So I mean, it sounds like a good recipe, and I think Mike McCarthy will do some great things. So, how do you feel about this comment that James Jones made?
Man, it's like this. Okay, Mike McCarthy basically said in the offseason, we're running the ball more. If we running the ball more, we protecting Dak more. Okay, because sometimes we put Dak Prescott in situations that he don't need to be in, and then of course we start blaming him for mistakes because he was put in bad situations. I think by running the ball, that's how you protect Dak Prescott. Honestly, run the ball and put him in good situations. Now on passing downs, we know we're on passing downs. We gotta throw the ball, but we ain't always got to throw the ball on first down. We ain't always got to throw the ball on second down and third down. You know, Kellen Moore got fired because of situational football. Okay, we scored a lot of points, but situational football was the worst thing that ever happened to him. He can grasp the concept. Okay, right. So he got let go. So I think with Mike McCarthy calling plays, knowing situational football, and trying to put Dak Prescott in the right position to succeed, I think we'll be fine. I think that's how he's going to protect Dak, is running the football and better situational football.
Yeah, and that's so true. You know, and I really, and I take James Jones' word to heart because he did play for Mike McCarthy. So by him playing for Mike McCarthy, you know, he has that experience with Mike McCarthy. So when he says that, I can take that to heart because I do feel that is exactly what Mike McCarthy plans on doing, is basically put him in a situation to be great. And with
But
that being,
to add to what Rue said, do you think, or even with the question, so if we go into the short passing game, do you think we're going to see a little more sluggos in our offense?
yeah, I agree. I think we will, man. You're going to see a little bit of everything. Anything that's going, I think we're going to go back to the rollout boot. You know, I think because that's what his strengths are. Is his rollout boots, quick slants. I think I see a lot of that. But I think we've talked about this as well. We'll see a lot of pulling guards. We'll see a lot of trap blocks, things like that to free up these running backs. So, I like I said, I can take James Jones' comment or his statement to heart because he did play with Mike McCarthy. So that's going to be something to see, man. I'm excited. I am excited about this offense, which that leads us on to the next topic. So it's possible that the Cowboys could sign a $40 million deal. And you probably asked him, well, who could that $40 million go to? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, it's been told by Heavy. This has been reported by Heavy. Excuse me. That it's possible that we could be signing Terrence Steele to a $48 million deal. Now, come to find out, well, I tell you, it's something how 1 year can make a difference. Basically, Terrence Steele signed as an undrafted free agent for 1 year for $4.3 million for the 2023 season, after just earning $895,000 last year. So, with what he has shown in the past and how he has performed and how he's been missed. So, my question to you guys, starting with you, Rue, do you think $48 million deal will be a good signing for Terrence Steele, or is that too much?
Get him in the building. Get that man in the building. You better pay that man. Look, the more we talk about the cap, the more I think the cap is just this fugazi thing that just keeps them in it like keeps them honest, right? Or like not really keeps them honest, but it like lightens the load on the owner's pocket is basically all that really does. Because they talk a big game of how they'll pay any kind of money for any kind of whatever to come their way, but the fact of the matter is they use that cap to be like, hey, man, give me a little hometown discount, sign on this line here. We're going to make some money, move on down the road, motors, this, that, and the third. But Terrence Steele is essential for this offense, especially for the fact that you didn't really draft an offensive lineman until later on in the draft.
Right.
You need Terrence Steele right now. We got him.
Yes.
We got to get him. We got to get him signed. We got to get him happy. And lineman contracts generally work out. Linemen work out. And I mean, it's just one of them things where it's like, this is probably, I don't know off the top of my head what the highest paid lineman is getting right now, but he was injured last season. He definitely performed very well. He anchored that right side of that offensive line. Get him signed, get him in the building, and they'll figure out the cat.
Yeah. Mikey, what do you think about this, brother?
I think this is a great tell, because it's one thing. This isn't Madden where you get injured and you start another season on a video game and the guy's on the roster. This is a great tell of the Cowboys being confident on this guy healing and coming back. They wouldn't be talking about this. I understand he was going to be the tricky one he's going to be one that could have been tricky out of the three. And that means CD Lamb, him, and Diggs. Um, I think Diggs and him were going to be tricky. Diggs more tricky, but getting it done and getting it done early is in the best interest of this team and their confidence in him and confidence in his right leg healing. This is
Yeah.
a huge challenge. I'm actually excited that they would put, if it wasn't healing right, or he wasn't going to be in training camp, or he's going to start the first game, I don't think we'd be talking about this, or that number, especially that number. So 48 million is good money. He's making 10 times as much as he was making, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, or 100, or 110 times as much, or yeah, damn it, this ain't a math show. But it's just the biggest tell that he's coming back, and the confidence our front office has in him. It says way more than just the signing itself. It gets me excited because he's a plus multiplier with already our GOAT guard. Him and our GOAT guard are road graders. And when you put Tyron
Yeah.
Smith next to our GOAT guard, our GOAT guard, he still was himself, but it wasn't as powerful as we thought just because of Tyron Smith's name. Actually, Tyron Smith didn't have that many good games, but you
Right.
put them together, they're road graders, and it has me
Yeah.
excited for the season, excited for our offensive line.
I totally agree, man. That makes sense, agree. And Cowboys corner said 40 something for how many years? It had to be 3 or 4 years. I would think. I wouldn't stretch it out. No. Yeah, I would say, you know, yeah. So yeah, that's probably Dallas Cowboy. Chris, how do you feel about a $48 million lineman being signed to the team? Is that too much and
Man,
not
I,
enough, or
I,
what?
I appreciate y'all leaving me last for offensive lineman talk.
Come on now, come
Dude,
on.
you know how I feel about Terrence Steele last year, man. How his improvement from one year to the next was dramatic, and it saved the Cowboys a lot of personal injury to number 4. Okay, so when he got hurt, it was noticeable that we didn't have a good tackle to replace him. Now, I'm the believer in to pay everybody. I think salary caps is a ridiculous, okay? Because ain't no salary caps on no owners. They can make as much money they want to. I mean, why the players can't make as much money as they want to? You know, that's all I'm saying. Look, I think the boy deserved it just because his improvement, what he did, man. I mean, it was visual. You can see it. You know, just how we can see how Zeke declined last year. With Terrence Steele, you can literally see it. You be like, that's not the same dude that was playing against the Atlanta Falcons who were giving a record sacks. That's not the same guy.
No.
Okay? So his improvement should be rewarded. I think we should pay the man and pay him quickly. Because if you let him get to free agency, you'll never see him again. He is outie like 5,000.
Come on now. And that's so true, though. And that's exactly what they were saying on this report, that he could be signed by the time the season starts. So you pay the man, because if you don't, somebody else
Pay him.
will. So let's
Pay him, because he is going to be gone, G, if the Cowboys do not pay that man. And then we're going to be in the same situation we were when he got hurt. Okay? Pay the man.
And you know one thing about Terrence Steele now, we scrimmage the Rams, and when we, if you notice, he's the most scrappy guy on the lineman. He will get up in another defensive lineman face, and he will scrap if he have to. So that's what I like about it.
But G, don't you want a nasty offensive lineman, man?
Yeah,
Eric Williams was my favorite offensive lineman for the Cowboys ever because he was nasty, man. He handled Reggie White. I don't give a damn what any Green Bay fans say. You can put on any tape. He handled Reggie White, period.
Reggie, in many people's list, Reggie White is the best defensive player of all time.
And Eric Williams handled him.
Handled him. They made a rule. When you're a transcendent player, they make a rule for you.
Yeah.
You notice that's another subject entirely. We need to go over how many NFL rules were made for because of a Dallas Cowboy, and there's more than 7.
I agree with you, and Eric Williams was that guy. He was that guy to where Reggie White had to rethink his technique when they played Dallas Cowboys. So and like I say again with Terrence Steele, man, I like this kid. He's from Texas Tech, Reckham Tech. How about that, Reckham Tech? But not only that, but the guy he's a savvy and he's a tough guy, man. Like I say, he will protect his quarterback. If you own it, he's gonna go snatch you off. And I think when we got into a little squabble a year or two ago, he was the one that was right in the middle of it. I like that. I don't think we have enough of those scrappy guys, but but it is what it is. All right, what's up? Larry G's in the house. What's going on with you? So let's talk. I think I did a video on this, man, and I talked about this.
We all did videos of this.
Oh, dude. I've been licking my chops. Let me go last, please.
Talking about this here, man. This guy here, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Number one, I started with Shady McCall. How do you get a job when you're that biased? And guy, he's straight biased. He hates the Dallas Cowboys. But if you notice, that's all they talk about, and where they get all their content from and all their ratings and their views from is when they put on the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Rue got a story right here, and Joy, she done fell for the she's drinking the Kool-Aid now, and I'm about tired of hearing her as well. But Rue, you wanted to share something with us about Joy Taylor in the show. Come on, fill us in, man.
Man. Dude. And honestly, Chris has already hit this, and I really.
Chris did. Chris really did.
What really kills me, man, is I really haven't watched this. All I saw was the take. I saw the take. I haven't watched that show. I'm busy during the day, so it's like
dude,
they saying like
Cowboy Beats too. Cowboy Beats encapsulated it. It was great.
No, and it was beautiful because everybody that's kind of hit. What's really funny to me is that every time they do this, they look foolish.
Yeah.
They look outlandishly foolish because it's just like, bro, what are you even talking about? There's casuals that come out of the woodwork talking about this, that, and the third. Dak can't get it done in the big moment. Dak does this, that, whatever. Okay? I'll give you last year. What's funny is I'm literally watching the game right now. I'll give you last year. I'll give you 2022. But I can't fully give you the one from the year before. And the fact of the matter is, this dude, when he's on the field, is winning throughout the season regularly. They always tell him he hasn't had a losing season. He's consistently in the mix. The last 2 years, we've won 12 games. And you have this narrative, and it's just like, bro, I go back to what Chris said. They're just trying to get paid. Yeah. It's clicks, it's views, it's
clicks.
It's whatever. But it's just funny to me. It's like, dude, how many times you going to do this and look foolish by the time you're done with it? Because I don't know how many times I've seen Acho come out and be like, bro, really? And I don't know how many times I've seen, I'm trying to remember he's the Cowboys beat writer that's generally on that show.
David Hellman.
He kept making shady.
That's my boy.
Just dumb.
Yeah,
Hellman made him look ridiculous all throughout that show.
Oh, he ate him up.
Like, bro, y'all got all this stuff to say. What about the numbers and what about what's everything that's going on? But clicks, likes, shock value, it's all written in. It's written in the. God damn.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And and that's so true. But I don't even know if David Hellman is even there anymore because
he's so set up. He's like these guys are full of it. These guys don't know what they're talking. These guys are just casually just running their mouths talking mess. And it's like, bro, I get it. Shady McCoy was a great ball player. Shady McCoy was a monster on the football field. And it's like, bro, I tried to be like, man, I don't remember he got the third, and I went back and looked at the numbers, and I was like, damn, yeah, he was a monster. Like, I can't say anything about that. But bro, as an analyst, as a guy, a personality on TV, bro, you ass is what you are.
Ass.
What
Get
you
it,
think,
Chris.
Mikey?
The big fella goes second on this one. All right, Mike, I give you but as a Cowboy fan, I was trying not to be a Sour Patch Kid, okay? Because what she said on TV, everybody kept tagging me. Thank you, Joy Taylor, for giving me 10,000 likes and views on my TikTok account about you, okay?
Hello.
I was basically trying to let Cowboy fans know that it's all clickbait, okay? These shows will say things about the Cowboys because they know two things. Cowboys is the most popular. Cowboys is the most hated. So when you get talking about the Cowboys and you're the negative person, you're going to draw out views because there's so many people who hate the Cowboys. That's not my problem that you was raised wrong. Okay, you hate the Cowboys, that's no problem. And you just go off of narrative of what other people say instead of watching what you see on the field. Okay, I don't know why this summer the narrative on all these major sports talk shows is about Dak Prescott.
Wow.
Dak Prescott had one bad year, then all of a sudden it's just a dog pile from First Take to whatever the speak crap is, cow shit. All these people are dogging out Dak Prescott for one freaking bad year. But if you think about it, okay, Dak Prescott was trying to keep up with the Eagles. He was trying to force his way back for the Cowboys can be better, so that because they know we were down 2 games on the Eagles, so Dak is pressing. Even though you go back and you watch all Dak interception, half of them is off of people's hands, and it wasn't his fault. But we always gonna blame the person who threw the damn ball, not the one that was supposed to be catching the damn ball. So we're gonna go Miss Joy Taylor. The only reason I'm on TV is because my Hall of Fame brother is famous and everything, and I look kind of pretty and everything, but I wore too much damn makeup anyway. But it is what it is. A personal preference. I heard people on my TikTok, oh, that's my future baby mama. I said, I hope your baby got a lot of makeup. Anyway, back to I was not gonna dog out Joy until I got to my show.
You drinking the Kool-Aid. You drinking the Kool-Aid.
I drank the Kool-Aid, and let me tell you why I drank it.
She is. She's drinking.
Oh, yeah, but see, y'all don't know, on one of her shows, and I got to go way back on my TikTok. She said, oh, yeah, I was a Dallas Cowboy fan, but, I'm just tired of the losing everything. Now I'm a Miami Dolphin fan. Now she's a Jets fan, so she flip-flop, okay? She flip-flop. So, look. I got a little hostile and a little razzle-dazzle on this show, but I want Cowboy fans to realize something. Everything negative that they say on national shows is completely clickbait because they know it's going to draw you off sides. That's why they do it, and that's why they're dogging out Dak Prescott.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like you say, it's clickbait. A lot of that happens a lot, and they know. And it's every time you see about speak, it's all about. I don't see any other topic but Dallas Cowboys.
That's it. That's all they talk about. That's all they talk about. Real for Mikey Rippet. Okay. Yeah. To go back to Rue, what you said that Shady McCoy was a beast. Yeah, he was for 3 years. After that, he wasn't shit. And I said it because I can go back and I can give receipts on Shady's weak ass where he couldn't even get on the field when he went to the Kansas City Chiefs and they needed a damn running back and the punk couldn't even get on the damn field and he's supposed to be this cold dude. Then he couldn't catch anything and he could barely talk all the damn time. So that's what I think about Shady McCoy. I'm sorry.
No. He rode the coattails of Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl season. He rode the coattails of Tom Brady in a Super Bowl season. He's wearing Leonard Fournette's ring on his finger. The Eagles didn't win a Super Bowl until he was gone. So I don't know what makes his Nadal. All right. I got I got on fire. I was livid because you could see the content. But then I saw Chris's video. And it did calm me down because it brought me back to earth. And we always know the hugest media um, topic and what the power of saying the Dallas Cowboys does, and it calmed me down. So I got two takes on this, right? So
Okay.
I'll do the take where I calm down, and then I'll do my first feeling second.
Okay.
Where I calm down, Chris is absolutely right. Very right. When you talk about the boys, your ratings go up. And each show has a baby face, which is the person that's going to talk positively, be the protagonist for the Cowboys. And it was just, for example, we talked about James Jones and mentioned Speak on our own podcast because they baby faced him because he knows Mike McCarthy, but he was putting flowers on that.
Hmm.
And then you got to heal. You know, your Ric Flair, your villain, and saying things could pull them out of their ass. You know, they could take shit. Not shit is Nutella. They could take shit out of their ass and say some outlandish shit to provoke us.
You're right.
Provoke us. In this particular case, I don't think I was pissed because we hear this take from a lot of places. We hear from Stephen A. We know what Stephen A. is. If the Cowboys lose, it's good for Stephen A. If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, it'd be the best thing for Stephen A. Because we'd be
Exactly.
all watching First Take after they, you know what I mean? So it's such a moneymaker. But coming from a source like Joy Taylor, an old weather girl, riding on the
Yeah.
coattails
Ah.
of her brother Jason Taylor. If you don't know who Jason Taylor is, YouTube that mug. He was a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bad, man.
She was good as a moderator. She's good as a pretty face, and I don't want to get banned or anything, but she has her assets, and she's
Yeah.
there for a reason. She's a pretty face. The only reason I say that. I listen to Mina Kimes, and Mina Kimes know what she's talking about when she's talking about football. But Taylor's credibility is in question because she regurgitates everything Colin Cowherd says.
Yeah.
Everything, even on players, on
True.
Damian Lillard,
True.
He's
on
doing.
teams, on the Jets. She said everything Colin Cowherd says.
That's
She's riding whatever's Colin Cowherd's way. I like Colin because he gives me the straight, but I don't need a pretty, beautiful version of him replacing. Oh, Marcellus Wiley, by the way, we need him back on that show. That show is trash. Ever since our brother, since that dude has left that show, you can watch him. He has his own podcast. It's pretty dope, but it's the source
Yeah.
that's really bugging me. And the way she is it, and the way she emphasized it, the way she said it like she knew something. She acted like she made 10 tackles in the Super Bowl. She
Yeah.
makes it seem like she's such an expert. And with Emmanuel Ocho next to her and Shady McCoy next to her, makes
Oh
me
my
throw up in
God.
my mouth a
Terrible.
little bit.
Terrible.
A little bit.
It's terrible.
But her credibility is real plagiaristic.
Yeah.
Her whole style, her whole vibe, it's like she's echoing what Colin Cowherd is saying, or Colin Cowherd has his hand up her ass, moving around like a puppet. Go Cowboys.
And I think one thing about Joe, I think she needs to stick to hosting, and yeah, she was good at that. Now she's coming with these comments and these statements, more like a whiny deal. I just get that. It's like Joy, you're making yourself look bad. Just stick to hosting and moderate the show, but don't give your
But,
2 cents on
Can,
with
can,
but
can
these
I
it
can I say
sounds
emojis.
so bad.
With
It's
these
like telling the girl to stay in her lane, but
yeah,
she literally need to stay in her
can,
lane.
can I say something real G? I want to put this on record. I'm not a male chauvinist when it comes to sports because I think Kimberly on ESPN knows her shit. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Doris
yeah,
Burke on NBA knows
yeah,
her shit. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Mina Kimes,
Mina
Mina Kimes,
knows
bro.
her stuff. So I'm not. Please don't think that the big fella is a chauvinist or we are a chauvinist show about women. Okay, but what it is when you put yourself out there and you, like Mikey said, regurgitate everything Colin Cowherd started, because that's where she started. Okay. And basically, it seems like you're not doing any homework. So that's why Cowboy fans get so frustrated with a lot of these national media, because they not doing no first. It's some producer that wrote a damn script and you reading it. And then you're going to throw a comment on there, bro. Do your homework. We all do ours. Okay? Even if we got something to say, at least we know what the hell we're talking about. Exactly. Unlike some people that be saying crap on TikTok who ain't never seen one down of Dallas Cowboy football, but know that they family hate them, so they hate them too. Okay? Man, dude, do your research. That's all we asking Joy to do. Do your research and quit trying to be a clickbaitist. That's it.
Go ahead, Mike.
Look, Rue, I know it's your turn, but let me go real quick.
Go.
We are not, and we're forgetting something. What Fox is doing to us. And I'm not going to take full credit for it. I just mentioned Marcellus Wiley. On Marcellus Wiley's podcast, I can't read it, bro. I can't see what
he said. I'm going to fight y'all. Get off my girl. Let her talk her
stuff. Oh, this is cool. Hey, she's short. But back to what I was saying. Marcellus Wiley made a notion which made a lot of sense. There is a void at Fox Sports since Unc left.
Great and powerful.
So there's going to be...
Y'all don't follow Bird, man.
Outlandish takes. There's going to be click just to build up maybe one of the next hosts for Undisputed, because last time I checked, Skip's chair in front of him is empty and they're trying to fill it. I don't know what the format's gonna be. Maybe Joy Taylor's gonna be one, and this is setting the ground rules for her to have a fucking argument with Skip Bayless. Excuse my profanity, but that's what FS1 is doing with these heels. And we don't know who it's going to be. So maybe this is a tryout. And maybe it would be interesting. I don't think so. I hear Colin Cowherd once. I don't need to hear him again.
We don't need two Skip Bayless like that. And I don't think neither one of those bozos from Speak is eligible or even fits the mold to
I like Slick Rick. Slick Rick the Bucher's dope.
Yeah, maybe. What do you think, Rue? What do you think about this situation, man?
I mean, it's there's nothing really to think about. I gotta be honest with you, man. I have stayed away just because it's like, dude, I'm tired of hearing the narrative. And honestly, for me, it's just all they're doing is fueling the fire. I'm telling you right now, since what? Early 2000s, I have never felt this good going into a year. I've never felt this good. Ever. I've never felt this good going into a season with everything that we have going on, with all the pieces, how everything's lining up. I mean, think about Dak Prescott too. Think about Dak Prescott in the last 3 seasons. You have the ankle, you have the comeback from the ankle, and then even when you come back after the year from the ankle, he had the shoulder and the thumb. Like, he's clean now.
Yeah.
Clean, all the way into this season. And it's like everybody's piling on. I'm seeing tiers where it's like people are calling him and Daniel Jones the same guy. I'm seeing tiers where it's like him and like all these people are the same people. Like I got people telling me Brock Purdy is better than Dak Prescott. And it's just like, wow.
What are you smoking?
After 1 year, after 6 games, after like, come on. And even with Jalen Hurts, like I will give Jalen Hurts his flowers. I'm pretty much the only one who does it on this show. I will give that man his flowers. He had a great season. He did. But everything went right. Everything was perfect for you. Your entire team went healthy the entire year. You had the best receivers, great tight end, awesome offensive line, great run game, great defense, leading in sacks. Everything went right all year. Easiest road to the playoffs I've seen probably in my lifetime. And you play a one-legged man and lost.
Facts. That's it.
Look, what happens this year was going to happen this year, but I just feel so good about this team because I feel like Dak has done nothing but stay in the lab. He's been healthy this entire offseason. Because even last year he had issues coming into the year. Remember there was the clip, and they tried to show it this year like it was happening this year. I was like, bro, that was last year. They showed a clip where he's like mad because they took him out on reps. They took him out on the reps.
That was training camp 2 years ago.
Was that 2 years ago?
It was training camp 2 years ago, bro.
Yep.
After he came back from the
literally posted it like it was yesterday. And I was just like, bro, come on, man.
Hey, man, that's why I wanted to win that Niner game so bad, because I wanted to go to Philadelphia and kick their ass, because we always win in Philadelphia. That's number one. Okay? So I don't know why this narrative all of a sudden that Dak Prescott is not a good quarterback. Hey, think about it. Last year, you can go down any Philly content creator and they want to know, hey, is Jalen Hurts our guy or not? Is he our guy? Okay, now all of a sudden he's a top 2 quarterback. That's bull crap.
You could replay. You could skip, and it's funny. You could find their TikToks when they were questioning Jalen Hurts. All of a sudden, you can't, or they don't even have them to be stitchable. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But back to what we're talking about, and it's a part of the season that we're at. We're talking about it because we're struggling making content that's not really football. We're not really talking X's and O's. Rue is defending Dak Prescott when there's no need to defend Dak Prescott. This is clickbait. This is shit talk. This is regurgitated bullshit for you to listen to. That's the main thing. But coming off of this 4th of July weekend, we're 2 weeks away from camp. And we need to fill in time. We need to fill in time into talking. And that's just another, recipe for this crap that we hear and this riding. Riding. Joy Taylor, oh no, girl.
This is the thing about the Cowboy Huddle, because we're not just reporting news. We're talking about the team that we support in the Dallas Cowboys. And each one of us on this panel have done research. We're not just giving something to read. We actually do our research and we bring it to social media. So that's the good thing about what we do here. So I'm sure people can appreciate that. We're not just talking about the kicker did this and the kicker. No, we're talking about what our expectations with this offense and defense and this team in general with Mike McCarthy. And like I said, the title is called "How Will Mike McCarthy Protect Dak?" And we kind of got an idea how that's going to take place. So yes, a filler, but at the same time, we're coming with content to keep the people and prepare the people for training camp. And we're 2 weeks away. So hey man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So I'm sure once we get there, things are going to heat up and things are going to get better. So man, I appreciate all you guys for just coming up here and coming on here and just spilling your guts and sharing your thoughts about our boys, man.
Can I add one thing? And about something that Rue said about being optimistic and being excited, and this being one of the most exciting anticipation for a new season, or this season in particular, something that our Cowboys used to fall into. Shit, I fell into, man. I got arrested 4th of July. But in 4th of July weekend,
wait a minute.
4th of July weekend would be one of those weekends for the Cowboys where somebody was going to get arrested, somebody was going to be in the news, somebody was going to be suspended because some dumb shit they did on 4th of July. And there's the changing of the guard, and we haven't seen any, and we can't even hold our breath for that to happen. Like, the culture has changed big time with the Dallas Cowboys, and that it makes me more excited as well. And Ruth saying those words, I could double down and say that, not just because it's football season. Dude, think about the little death that you live in when your team sucks. And you're going into a football season when your team is 4-12, dude. It's like a death. You die every day. Well, knock on wood, and we don't want to jinx because we're already talking, health and stuff. And I'm excited because the prospects and the talent that we have in this team. I'm not gonna say the P word. I'm done saying the P word. I don't say the P word. You potential that ass somewhere else. We are that fucking team. We are, and I
I
can't wait.
agree.
I can't wait.
I agree. What do you got, Rue?
Man, and it's dead and gone now. But I just had one thing because I have heard the narrative about Daniel Jones like a lot. Like it's consistently come up, and I'm just like, really? Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott? Daniel Jones just got paid and gets paid
Just got
less
paid,
than
yeah.
Dak Prescott. Tell me what quarterback is getting paid that's not getting paid at the top because it's your turn in line, you're next up. Because I don't think anybody questions how much Joe Burrow is going to be getting paid. I don't think anybody questions how much
Pat
who's
Mahomes.
next. No, Pat got paid.
Yeah.
But I mean, all these guys that are in line, I don't see any. Daniel Jones got
Herbert.
less than what was coming, and it's bro. We're already talking about doing Dak again. So it's like,
yeah.
if Daniel Jones if Daniel Jones thought he could have got that kind of money, you're telling me that he could quarterback hits the market in his prime. It's not going to be a frenzy.
Well,
Would it have been a
basically,
frenzy for
the
Daniel Jones?
the stats don't lie, Rue. I mean, we're talking about something we don't have to prove. The stats don't lie. I mean, we own the NFC East. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, some things we don't even have to. It's not even nothing to discuss. But again, I mean, I'm excited about this team. I'm excited that I can see that this offense will complement this defense this year. I'm not even worried about the defense. I mean, the defense is solid, and I see the makeup of this offense and what it's going to look like with Mike Solari and with Scott Tolzien as the quarterback coach. And then we got Brian Schottenheimer. So, these guys are, and they're like, yeah, let's admit, Dak is a 4th-round draft pick. He is.
It looks like Cowboy Corner wants to jump on, dude. Look like he want to jump on, dude.
Yeah, we can do that real quick. We got a few minutes. Let me put the link up there. Let's see what he got to say real quick.
I want to see what he has to say. Maybe he's going to defend Joy Taylor. I bet you he's going to defend Joy
Yeah,
Taylor.
because he don't like Dak, so yeah, we know he's gonna defend him.
He don't remember. That's what's happening.
Let's do this here. All right, the link is up. Come on in, Cowboy Corner. I put the link up there. But so I'm feeling good about this. And like I said, we know that Dak is a 4th-round draft pick. But at the same time, he did some great things. We saw when he came in 2016. Scott Linehan put him in great position. The guy went 13-3. And we know because of the running game that made him as good as he was, and which created the passing game. And this is the same thing I think what we're going to see from Mike McCarthy. We're going to see the same similar formula of putting Dak in a position to where, like he said, if we can get him back to the line a lot faster, get back to the line a lot faster where he can read the defense, make his adjustment, and be comfortable in running his play. So, yeah, I mean, we know who Dak is, but Dak has basically done his part to where he's getting paid. So I feel real good about this year. I really do. I feel real good. Wavy Hink says, what was that?
Yeah, that Geno Smith. Oh, geez.
Yeah, so we get, like I say, man, we can talk about this all we want. The stats don't lie. So let's bring.
Can I have a hot take? Geno Smith and Jalen Hurts are one and the same. System quarterbacks that broke through because they were shitty quarterbacks. Without their systems, they ain't shit.
Well, we're gonna see what Jalen Hurts is back. Okay, guys, let's welcome our buddy onto the show. And the guy got great content. We always follow him as well as he followed us. And it's our guy, Cowboys Corner. Come on in.
Corner.
You guys are awesome, man. And no, I'm not coming in here to defend Joy, all right?
Come and talk his shit. Talk his
Let's
shit.
that Nutella. And Mikey, you look like a damn raccoon with the light ring shining on your damn glasses, man.
Hey, be careful with those words. We got brothers in here.
I was like, this man look like a damn raccoon, man.
So what's going on, Cowboys Corner, man? You coming in here hot. You coming in here hot.
¿No te gustan mis Ray-Bans? A mí me gustan.
Oh my
Listen, man, we
my
appreciate you, brother. We always, you
Oh
always
my
welcome to the
God.
show, man.
I had a fabulous show tonight, guys. I mean, it was great watching in here, coming in here, watching you guys, and letting me come on. But no, man, we're almost there at training camp.
Yeah.
With the Cowboys blog, we did a time capsule video yesterday.
Okay.
We filmed it, but it's not going to get released until 2024 after the season. And
wow.
and I'm going to forget everything I said in this time capsule video because it ain't going to get released till January or February. So be on the look for that in 2024. But no, it was exciting. You guys should try it. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a real good experience. We're going to have a watch party and everything as we watch this 40-minute show.
We do have a time capsule. We go to our old takes of our old shows and realize how always right I am.
Yeah. But no, man,
Correct.
We're almost there with training camp. And, you guys had a good topic with Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, right? And I put in the comment section here. Sometimes I troll in there, but sometimes I'm legit. I put in there, Dak has to have play action. Everybody with the brain that watches film that knows Dak knows that that's what it is. So when Mike McCarthy comes out here and he says, hey, we got to run the football, that's common sense. We know that, Mike McCarthy.
Right. Right.
And because Dak excels in a play action scheme. I mean, you just watch what Dak does. You look at Dak's numbers. I mean, if we can get anywhere close to what DeMarco Murray and Tony Romo did in 2014, Dak can get us to an NFC championship game because he don't have to do much. He don't have to throw 40 times a game. He don't have to throw 35 times a game. Get him in that sweet spot of 28 to 30 times throwing the game. The rest get to Tony Pollard, Malik Davis, Deuce Vaughn. I don't think Jones makes the team anyway. I think he's just a camp body. I don't think he makes the team. Those are my three running backs making the team. But make it explosive. Give us a screen game, Mike McCarthy. When's the last time we've seen a screen game? Give us a screen game, Mike McCarthy. Give us play action, Dak Prescott.
The parallels to like
year.
The parallels to 14 is, and I'm happy we had Lance Dunbar, and Lance Dunbar got those little third down, check down passes and made those into first downs, and that's what I think we have with Deuce Vaughn. And if we want a season like that, we're gonna need that. There's a lot of times where Dak didn't check down and trust his running back, and a lot of the times it was Ezekiel Elliott. He could have caught the ball. Who knows if he got there? Something like Deuce Vaughn or Lance Dunbar. That's what we needed, especially with the screen wave.
We could bash Dak all day, but Dak, he has a new offensive coordinator. He has a new system in place. Dak does, right? Mm-hmm. And when Kellen Moore got fired, I got a video on here on YouTube saying we got to give Dak Prescott a fresh start. And then I watched the 49ers game and I got mad and I was like, screw Dak all over again. But we got to give Dak Prescott a fresh start.
Bring up the past about that because corner will dog out number 4 in the instant. Okay, so I'm glad you thought about giving them a fresh start. You watch one game and it was over again. Look, man, my whole thing is, man, as Cowboy fans, I don't understand the dog pile. If we keep dog piling our own quarterback, it's nonsense to me. Okay, if you don't like him, just say, hey, I don't like him and leave him alone. Don't keep dogpiling them. I mean, because
he dogpiles my emotions.
Look, Dak may not say anything, but Dak hears everything. Okay, he does. He hears it. He hears it from Cowboy fans and people that was not Cowboy fans. But my whole thing is, I'm like, if we can't support our team, dude, it was for the longest. Who was I dogging out the most? I dogged out Leighton Vander Esch all season. And then, Garrett, did I not come on this show and I said, I need to stop. I have to stop now. I made a video how he was missing tackles. I made a whole full video of it. And I was like, you know what? That's not helping me as a Cowboy fan. It's not helping anybody for me to do that as a Cowboy fan to dog out my own players. So that's why I'm saying, man, as Cowboy fans, I know your emotions may be hurt. Hell, I'm mad we lost playoff games too. But it's not mean that I don't like my quarterback.
You know what, Chris? I think not only that, but we saw how good Dak was under Scott Linehan. Kellen Moore did not help Dak. Kellen Moore did not help Dak, and I think we all can agree to that. We saw what he did, but we also remember that we know Dak is a 4th-round draft pick. Even Mike McCarthy, he knows that he's a 4th-round draft pick. He's not a 1st-round. So Mike McCarthy knows what he needs to do in order to play to Dak's strengths. So this is what I think Mike McCarthy has in place in order to make Dak a quarterback. We got to work to his strengths and take away all those other things that's causing him these, like this right here. Andrea says last time McCarthy was the play caller in Green Bay, he was 6 in total offense. So we got an offensive coordinator that's in place, which is also the head coach. So again, I'm feeling really good about Dak this year. I'm feeling good, not just Dak, but the offense in general, with the new offensive line coach, the new quarterback coach, the new running back coach. So all this is going to play together. And now I think all of these guys are going to be under the same philosophy, because we done got rid of the last of the Jason Garrett regime. He's gone. So now we have the Mike McCarthy regime in place. That's why he said now we can play football, because he has the pieces he needs on his offensive side of the ball. So, Cowboy Corner, that's just kind of how I see it. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, Dak's going into an 8-year starter. I think we got to take the 4th-round draft pick and just set it to the side and say this is an 8-year starter.
Yeah, it's time. I agree.
Because if we keep saying, oh, he's a 4th-round draft pick, we set an expectation and we lose the standard that we're supposed to hold an 8-year starter to, right? So I think he's an 8-year starter. He's Dak Prescott. He's a veteran. He's a leader of a football team. He's a leader of men, right? The 4th-round draft pick, maybe 2016, we lost to the Green Bay Packers. He was a rookie quarterback, rookie running back. Cool. 2017, yeah. All right. But now, it's 2023. We're going into 2023. The 4th-round stuff has to get set aside, because no one's saying Russell Wilson's a 3rd-round quarterback, 3rd-round draft pick quarterback, plays for the Broncos. That's why he played like poop, right? Well, no one's saying that.
But it took him some time, don't you think, Cowboy Corner? Just like Tom Brady. He was, 6th round.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
it's all about structure, right? It's all about structure.
Yeah. Gary, who did you bring up? Who?
Tom Brady.
What school did he go to?
Michigan.
Because we know he's not a Patrick Mahomes. We know that he's not the Burrow. He's not these guys. But again, there's a reason that he was drafted where he was. So now I believe, and I know we said we got to put the 4th round to the side, but again, I'm saying, but that's what he is. He's not going to do it overnight. So now Mike McCarthy said, now we can play football, because what can a backup quarterback tell a starting quarterback? Let's start there. What can Kellen Moore tell Dak Prescott?
Brock Purdy could tell him I beat you in the divisional game.
Well, Brock, and he can say that, but again, that game could have been won. I mean, if Trey Diggs make the hit instead of closing his eyes, I mean, it happened on both sides of the ball that game there. It really did. I mean, it was poor play calling. It was poor play calling from our guy, Boy One. So that's why we are today. Andres Romero says if Dak was a 49er or any AFC team, he would be loved and receive zero hate. The star. Oh yeah, man, the star is something big. We all know that. I mean, I think we all know that.
Hey, we had a question about that. We can bring that up. Remember?
Yeah, for sure.
People have short-term memory loss on how divided Cowboy fans were with Romo. I mean, the star brings it. I mean, Romo. I mean, either you love him or you hate him. Dak Prescott, you either love him or you hate him, right?
That's right.
And I
plenty of
Romo.
Sure.
Facebook memories is a thing, and I love it because you know how many times I bashed Tony Romo.
Yeah.
On Facebook memories when it comes up, I'm like, man, I really toasted that guy.
You have never bashed a quarterback in your life.
Yeah, I don't get that from you. No, I don't get that vibe.
No, I don't either. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Sir, yes, sir. That's the type of guy I am right there. Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. Cowboy Corner, what else you got on your mind, man? We gonna get ready to shut it
No,
down here
for
in a minute.
sure.
What else you got on your mind,
No,
brother?
man, just training camp here. I want to see
You like that belt, Isaac?
what Mike McCarthy does here with this offense. There's a clip with Schottenheimer as an offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, and he talked about Russell Wilson and his footwork. All right, you got to go find this clip. You got to watch it if you haven't already. So Schottenheimer, the reporter asked him about Russell Wilson and his pocket presence and the way he's able to stand in the pocket, right? Schottenheimer said a good quarterback has really good footwork. The really good footwork translates to accuracy.
Right.
And so you don't see happy feet with Russell Wilson because he's confident in the play, he's confident in his footwork, and he delivers the ball. So
Makes sense.
if Schottenheimer can translate that mentality to Dak Prescott, he might be able to throw the ball 40 times and be very successful.
Yeah.
But it's all about the structure that you put for Dak Prescott. But that's all I got, guys. Didn't mean to take over the show. Thank you.
No, you're good,
I'm really
man.
appreciative of you letting me on.
Bro, you can come on anytime. I love the debate. One day we may get invited to your show.
Absolutely.
He has this show. Where can we find the show?
What did you say, Mikey?
Where can we find your show? Tell our subscribers.
Oh,
tell our
Cowboys
listeners.
Corner right here on YouTube. We're on the Frisco Report on Podbean, on iTunes, on Spotify. Be sure you look for the Frisco Report. All right, thefriscoreport.com will take you there too. Joe Cowboys blog is a co-host with me on there. We do really good content there. So thefriscoreport.com, check it out.
Okay, sounds good.
Real quick.
Well, we sure
before you take
appreciate
off.
you, man. Stopping
Real
through, brother.
quick before he takes off, real quick. I'm trying to get a gauge of where you might be at in terms of what you're thinking for the season.
Yeah.
For what you expect, I think the number for us is 9.5 wins from Vegas. That's the over-under for us.
Yeah.
From what you're seeing going in, obviously training camp hasn't started yet. It's super, super early. It's very, very early on in this. But where are we at? Are we over? Are we under? We right on the money? Are we a 9-win team? Are we going to win 12 like last year? Are we going to fall down? What's going to happen?
So the time, I'm glad you asked. The time capsule video, which you can't guys see, but I'll drop a hint. I got us going 11-6. 11-6.
Yeah.
That's what I got us going.
Oh,
All right. Well, I can take that. So if we go 11-6, do we fire Mike McCarthy?
No. The only way Mike McCarthy gets fired is if we did some of that.
I always got to teach y'all non-Cowboy fans. Come on.
If we did the first 49ers game with no timeouts and we're running the whole offense down the field and the referee don't touch the ball and Mike McCarthy gets fired if that crap happens again.
Yeah.
If we get our butts blown out in a Cowboy in a playoff game, Mike McCarthy's fired. If it's 28-28 and they kick a game-winning field goal and it's 31-28 and we lose in the division round again, Jerry Jones is going to say, let's try it again.
Well, I mean, and this is why I say that, because we gave Jason Garrett 9.5 years.
You know what's so sad about that, though, man? We gave Jason Garrett 9.5 years. He got fired. He was an offensive coordinator, got fired mid-season when went to TV. College, JUCO, NFL, nobody wants him. And he was our head coach for over 9 years.
He's good on TV, though.
Sad. That is pathetic, Jerry Jones.
So, and that's why I say that, because why are we talking about firing Mike McCarthy when we already won one divisional playoff? So
going to back-to-back playoffs.
So, I wish people get off the gas. Well, if he doesn't win this year, Mike McCarthy might. No, why would we do that? Who else is out there outside of Dan Quinn?
We got instantly better with Mike McCarthy. Instantly. They invested in safety. They invested in analytics. They invested in turnover. Instead of keeping – if Jason Garrett was here, Ezekiel Elliott's still here. They invested in turnover.
No shit.
Getting younger, right? They invested in so much just under Mike McCarthy, dude.
Yeah. No, under Mike McCarthy, young players play.
Yeah.
But you
Young
don't
players
draft
play.
Sam
That's right.
Williams. You don't draft Kelvin Joseph. Yeah, but I get it. He's special team. He's not working out, but you don't draft guys like that. You
Right.
draft guys like Randy Gregory. He only played 20 games his whole career for the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Yep.
Like,
that's just a
stupid
whole
stuff
nother.
to do.
Yeah.
You know, you don't.
Yeah.
In Denver.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're so much better with Mike McCarthy. So
I
much
believe so
better.
too. And we're still
Damn.
early. And we're still early in this thing. We're only on our third year, and people talking about, well, if you don't
But I
win,
mean, COVID really disrupted him.
It
and
did.
It did. COVID really did. But that was also the same year Dak Prescott messed up his ankle. So that was the double whammy for Mike McCarthy, or his plight would be so much probably different.
I
Yeah, but the
agree.
turnover wasn't there yet. We still had a lot of Jason Garrett guys.
Yeah.
So you slowly start to see a PA mentality. As much as I hate Philadelphia, there's a PA mentality. Mike McCarthy's from PA, right? We're starting to see that transition. I just need Dak Prescott to get out of that Jason Garrett robot phase and really tell it like it is.
Yeah.
That means Jalen Smith. That's who he's talking about.
Yeah, Jalen Smith. Good
Oh,
God.
wow.
He fell
Wow.
off quick.
Yeah, oh my God. Well, Cowboy Corner, we appreciate you stopping through,
Appreciate
brother.
you guys.
And thank you for your comments and everything, man. You know you're always welcome to be a part of our channel, man.
And you're welcome to be on mine.
All right,
sure.
well, we're definitely gonna be looking forward to doing that, man. And everybody, give it up for Cowboys Corner.
Give it up to these guys right here, man. These guys are awesome.
Well, thank you for stopping through, man. And we're gonna get ready to shut it down, man.
Yeah.
But again, you know you're more than welcome to stop through anytime.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. God bless y'all.
All right.
Peace.
All right, guys, here we are, man. We been on here for a minute, man. Hey,
I
see,
know.
people
We
say,
didn't even get to all our stuff.
we really did, but see, Mikey, that's why I say this is not a filler. We come with some content, man. We come with content, you know. I kid you not. So, but let me add. Well, I got to do this one question because I got some questions out of here, and we'll let everybody answer. We'll do two questions from the comments. Here's one right here by this is by Z Money. Who will have the better season, Cook or Gilmore? Rue, what do you think? Start with you.
And you put me first.
That's right. Come on.
Damn.
You've been quiet. You've
That's
been
a
quiet
good
this
one.
episode.
That is a good one.
That is a good question.
Cooks or Gilmore?
Who will have the better season, Cooks or Gilmore? Wow.
Damn.
And it's crazy because both guys have counterparts that are
Yeah.
just as good
You know
now.
what?
Compliment them.
I know exactly what I'm going to pick. And I'm picking Stephon Gilmore because I'm telling you right now, with the knowledge that he has, that dude is a skilled, knowledgeable veteran. With all the pieces around him, he's going to be orchestrating magic in that secondary. Oh, it's going to be nasty. Yeah, no, Gilmore. Give me Gilmore.
All right. Mikey from the AZ. Who you got?
I believe our pass rush, especially with Mozzie, so it's gonna be conducive to our secondary being better. We don't know what our offensive line is and how much time Dak Prescott's gonna have to throw to Cooks, but I do know there's a lion hunting. I do know that they strengthened their strength, and if their strength is to get to the quarterback, that means quarterbacks make dumb decisions, and players like Stephon Gilmore capitalize on those dumb decisions, and our secondary is going to capitalize on the pressure we're going to put on the quarterback. So I'm more confident in our defensive line than I am in my offensive line, and that translates to Gilmore having a better season. Now I hope not way better, but better season than Cooks. That's what we know now.
All right, that's what it is. You heard it first. All right, Dallas Cowboy Chris, who do you have?
Hey, I got Cooks. And the reason I got Cooks is because he's going to be single covered. Okay? You can't double him. You can't double Lamb. And you can't double Michael Gallup. So I say, because, you know, you can go away from people. Now, this year, they going to test Diggs a lot because you can't go to Gilmore like you could go against Brown. Okay? So I think Cooks will have the better season because it's one-on-one matchup, his speed, and he averages 1,000 yards and receptions every year. So my quick answer is Cook.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm going to go with Gilmore just because I know that these guys this quarterback going to put. They're going to pick their poison. They're going to pick their poison. You can throw it Stephon, you can throw it, or you can throw it Trayvon. So I just think, with like Mikey said, with that front pressure up front and those linebackers, going to make the cornerback jobs look that much more easier. So let's do one more question real quick. Let's go here real quick. Let's go here and let's say, are we worried at all that Brandon Cook won't be the same? Chris.
The same as what? I don't.
I guess I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, we'll just take it as before. I mean, I personally, I think he'll be probably even better.
I mean, as the same as he was in Houston or he was in New England. I mean, look, I mean, the guy averages 1,000 yards, a quiet 1,000 yards. So if we get a third receiver with 1,000 yards, come on, man. I hope he's the same. I hope he is.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Well, you think the same thing? You think the same thing, Mikey?
Chris. You know, he did it. Like, I like giving you guys credit when credit's due, because when you guys tickle me with stats and knowledge, when he said, "Wow, I think Cooks, because he's going to be getting 1-on-1," I was like, "Ooh, great point." And that was a great point. You know what? I want him to be the same and some.
Yeah.
And some. And he's going to eat. We all going to eat. So as long as he stays healthy, that's the big what if with all teams. And but like Chris said, he's going to see a lot of single coverage. We're going to see a lot of sluggos, and we're going to see him stretch the field.
Fact.
So yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that comment. What's up, Giants fan 10, man? I appreciate you joining us, man. Hey, we welcome anybody and everybody.
Appreciate you coming through. Rue, what do you think about this, man? I mean, what do you think?
I think that he won't be the same, and I'm not worried about it because I don't need him to be the same. He's been a one everywhere he's been. He's been the guy everywhere he's been. I don't need him to be that guy. I need him to be my secondary guy, and I really think that this offense can support 2,000-yard receivers. I think that's completely 100% possible with what we'd be looking at in terms of how we're going to play this game. And I just need Brandon Cooks to be that deep threat. I just need that Brandon Cooks to be that reliable veteran on third down. I just need Brandon Cooks to be number 2. He's had to be number 1 everywhere he's been. Yeah. Just be number 2, support CD, take some of that pressure off him, be there when you are called on, catch the ball when you're called on, be in the right place when you're called on. And that's all I need from Brandon Cooks. And from a veteran at his caliber, that should be easy money. I don't need him to be what he was.
Right.
He's number 2 now.
Yeah,
right.
That's what's up.
I still think he'll be 3. I think Gallup will be a lot more improved. I think he's 1,000% now. Yeah. I think he even said that, you know, he was still kind of leery about that leg, you know, last year. Yeah. So it put like this: if Gallup is a true number 2 and Cooks is 2A, oh man, the offense is gonna be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
I agree. Well, fellas, this is where we are now. We are at the end of the show. We want to thank everybody for coming through. And before we go, we also got to right behind Mikey. Mikey looks like he have 2 of those.
How you get 2?
Mikey look like he has 2 of those thermals right there. I didn't know.
He got 2 of them?
You got 2 of the joints.
Mikey, I see you, Mikey.
You muted, Mike. You muted.
That's what's
Mike.
up.
No. I was given to this by friend Vanessa on my birthday, and she makes these as well.
Wow.
So I got 2 with my name on them.
Yeah.
I got I'm just blessed. I'm blessed with good people. What can I say?
Well, you are good people. So if you want your own personal thermal, well, you too can have one of these. Now, it actually works. You have to ask 21 Armando 21. He's dropped his 1,500 times, and it still works.
1,500.
As far as myself, it says the Cowboy Huddle on there as well. But I left this thermal inside my car. You know, it's 110 degrees down here. And I said, I'm going to take a drink of this. And when I got back in my car, and my beverage was still cold. So, yeah. So if you are interested, of having one of these. We also have them for the females, which is for the breast cancer awareness. All you have to do is hit the QR scan right there, and you can have your own as well. You can. There's an email there that says candycord gmail.com. You can go there and place your order. Let her know what you want. She'll take care of it. But also, I have to also share this as well, guys. We have these. We have our own personal Cowboy Huddle T-shirts. So yeah, we got those on ready to rock and roll. So if you want that, go on that same scan right there and go down to Tawana Johnson Mary. Her phone number is on there, and you too can have this same lovely Cowboy Huddle shirt. So that's where we are. But again, man, we want to say thank everybody for coming through tonight, man. I know we held over a little bit long, but hey, man, we're excited. We're ready to get there. So that's where we are. We are 2 weeks away from training camp. So look for us. We're going to come back and bring you some more inside scoop about our Dallas Cowboys. And with that being said, anybody got any last words? Anybody got anything?
Viva Mexico. Let them beat Jamaica tonight, baby. Coca. Booyah. Puro
That's what
Pichi
it is.
Cowboys.
Like I say, don't nothing come to a sleeping but a dream. So let's make it happen. Dallas Cowboys. Deuces.
Puro Pichi Cowboys.
Yeah.